All right, I need a approval for the agenda. Need a first and a second. Brennan makes a motion. Travis seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes. Approval of minutes. We need a motion to approve and a second for the April 13th minutes.
Make a motion to approve after some spelling corrections.
Correct. Yep, I think some names are misspelled.
Yep.
Okay, do I have a second?
I will second.
All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Or Travis. Yeah, sorry. All right, April 27th, City Council special meeting minutes. I need a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
And a second.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. Visitors to be heard. Please, when you come, when you'd like to be heard, please come up to the podium, state your name and address. And 2 to 3 minutes per person should probably get us through. Anybody like to come forward? Jane, hello.
Hello, I'm Jane Ackerman. I live at 527 Valley View Avenue. I have a question. Once upon a time, I saw in your minutes that there was a possibility that you would be annexing the gravel road that heads up and is on the, what would that be, west
Fifth
side of the new development.
Mhm.
Is that not is that a county road, or what kind of road is that? Why on earth would we annex that and pay to have it blacktopped and maintain it? I would think that if they're gonna have a development, that maybe they would wanna do that themselves.
It's currently a county road. As far as I know, they are blacktopping at least part of it. We're having a conversation for the rest. Do you want to take the annex question?
So, yes, so when you annex land into the city,
Right.
the ordinances in town say all roads have to be blacktop. So when they're gonna go in and they're gonna dig them up, put the water and the sewer in and all of that, then that's the prime opportunity to get put blacktop on. So yes, that road will be blacktop at some point. Not anytime, I wouldn't anticipate this year, possibly next year, after they're complete. There's no big heavy equipment running over it, because we don't wanna spend the money to do it, just have it get ripped up right away. But yes, that road will be blacktop.
So you're telling me that I'm gonna pay for that?
Yes, yes. We pay for that for all the road maintenance. All the roads in town are right now on a 7-year rotation to be re-chip sealed. So with the new developments completed up there with Baltic Heights, as well as this development, we will be adding more roads to the rotation. So yes.
Where do we get all this money from?
Tax base.
Doesn't the city ever run out of money, for God's sakes?
Well,
It seems-
that's why it's all planned ahead, Jim. It's not something that just gets dumped on. It's on a rotation. I can talk to you a little bit more about it if you'd like when we're done.
I'd like to know that, because this development, of course, is right in my backyard. It's there. Can't do nothing about it. Thank God today we didn't have any equipment, so at least I could go out my backyard and not choke to death from the dirt. But there's a lot of stuff that still has to be done back there. And there's a lot of people gonna make a lot of money off of that. And there needs to be a nice blacktop road for them to all exit. Shouldn't the developer pay for that?
The developer is responsible for the roads in the development. The
Right.
city's responsible
I
for the
understand
city
that.
street. Yeah, so that'll just be an extension of Fifth Street.
Okay, but did we annex that?
Yes.
No, we didn't. It was in your minutes that it was gonna be discussed.
The-
Nothing was said, anybody voted on that.
All of that development has been annexed in. The annexation process is complete on that development.
And the road was with the annexation.
The road is just an extension of Fifth Street, because the city's all around it. So now the city limits go all the way down to just in front of Dave's house.
Right.
Yep. So now that road has become part of the city.
How convenient for the developer, for us to pay for him to have a nice blacktop road for all of his people to exit on.
It'll be for all the
That's
citizens.
really nice of us, isn't it?
It'll be for all the citizens of Baltic.
Jane, I will tell you, when I moved to town, I lived up on Baltic Heights, and Fifth Street was not oiled. It was gravel when I moved into town, and that had been done for a while. And the only reason that got blacktopped is because that's when the bridge went out to go out of town.
Right.
And everybody was going
Right.
north out of town there, so
Right.
then they actually finally did that as well. So
Right.
the developer didn't do that up there either, unfortunately. I don't know why, before my time. I just want you to aware that that's kind of how it works. But I am having a meeting with Hefty to have those kind of discussions, because I do know it's a concern, okay?
Thank you very much.
Yep, you're welcome. Anybody else? I'm texting Becca. Okay, we're meeting you in- I don't know what you mean. Okay, end the meeting you were in. I don't want to weird. Yes, go ahead.
There was nothing said about that.
I'm John Sinding, and I live on 902 4th Street. I just heard all this conversation about the gravel road on 5th Street. I live on 4th Street, and that has been gravel as long as I've lived here, which is 30 years.
Are you on that end?
Yes.
That's another
So
conversation.
I have never heard any kind of rotation or any kind of plan for that strip of gravel.
That short strip, you're on that little gravel piece, right?
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
but it's still in the city limits,
Mhm.
and it too is a county road.
Great.
So what's the plan?
I don't know if we have one. We can certainly talk about it.
You never
I don't know if
bring up-
anybody's ever come to us, at least not in my
Historically-
time on here.
Yeah, that's what it has to be. That's not part of any rotation,
Right,
right?
You're correct.
And why is that?
That's a very good question.
that's a very good question.
Well, maybe you ought to add it to the rotation, huh?
We'll ask.
That's, you know,
All right,
that's a
thank you.
very good question. We're finding out things that, like this, that it was never on a rotation. We had no idea. We'll certainly look into it. I appreciate that you came to us because I did not know. You can come up, Deb.
Deb Paulson, 416 Lovely Avenue. Comment on what John just said. Until a couple years ago, my brother and sister-in-law lived property adjacent to them, and I know there were multiple conversations with Mike Wendland about that stretch of road and it being gravel.
In my
So-
time, it's never come to the council, so we will definitely look into that. I
But
appreciate that. Thank you.
It's not a new concern.
Yep,